Hello everybody, hope that you are good. And I really mean it because today the altcoin market is getting wrecked. And I hope that some of you were prepared because we've been talking about this scenario for quite some time. We've been talking about this scenario for around a month ago. Okay? And now it's starting to play out. So we are happy. And don't get me misunderstood. Of course, I'm sad for all those people that already had altcoins and the portfolios are bleeding. But I know that some of you were getting ready for this and were prepared for this, and that makes me happy. Okay, so what is going on today, I think is, don't get me wrong, I don't think this is the drop. I'm gonna go through the charts in a minute. I think that probably there is more blood, and it's not bad. I like the blood. I'm a vampire. This drops, okay, this crashes. We're gonna see, buy opportunities that is gonna make us a lot of money in the next 2 years, okay? After the Bitcoin halving next year. And that would be, I've already talked about this, but the halving is going to be spring in 2024. Bitcoin usually takes 2 months, 3 months to go up since then. So the most likely thing is that next summer is when we're gonna start to see the bull market starting. We're gonna go in a minute through some altcoins, but let's check the Bitcoin chart first. So this is the Bitcoin chart, weekly time frame, and something that I've already talked about is the crossover of the 20 EMA crossing above the 50 EMA in the weekly time frame. Okay, this is usually a good sign, but I was telling you what you want to see is a drop and test this EMA as a support so you can continue going higher. Okay, that's what you want to see. Now the problem is that we've had this drop and we are now below the 2 EMAs. Okay, you can check in the top left corner of the screen, that's the levels. So the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA are pretty much in the same zone, and that's around 25,850. And the thing is that tomorrow this weekly candlestick is going to close. So basically what you want to see for Bitcoin is a close above that level. Okay, so let me mark it for you. That would be this zone above here, and if we mark it like this, then you basically want a close around this level. Okay, you want a close at least about 25,865 by tomorrow. Otherwise, price action is going to tell us that most likely we continue filling this liquidity pool over here. And why not, you have this wick over here. Let me do it yellow. Wicks have to be yellow, liquidity pools blue. That's the rule of the channel, guys. That's a lot better. So yeah, basically, if we don't close the weekly candlestick tomorrow above this level, 25,865, we're gonna favor still lower prices, fill this liquidity pool fully, and this week here, at least the 50%, okay? And that could take us to 22K, 20K, why not? I think that the main thing to consider here is that altcoins tend to bottom out a lot later than Bitcoin, okay? And that means that, if this is supposedly your Bitcoin bottom, 15K, all right? I'm not saying that it is. Of course, if you start to come lower here and start to lose this level, then, you have another liquidity pool here. So if you go lower than the week, then, 16K is going to happen again, or 17K. Or why not even sweep the lows? So I'm not saying this is your Bitcoin bottom. It looks like a bottom, but the problem is that all these imbalances here on the way, it's not looking that good, okay? But imagine that this is your Bitcoin bottom, okay? And now Bitcoin drops here, this is this week here, and then it goes up, bull market, perfect, okay? Then, in this drop here, altcoins are gonna get so wrecked, okay? Because you're gonna have the Bitcoin dominance still high, and Bitcoin dropping. So what you've seen today, you're gonna see that many more days, okay? And at the end, if you continue adding 10% drops, 10% drops, 15% drops, 5% drops, altcoins are gonna get destroyed. And this is also something that I've been saying before, but I mean, if you check what happened in previous bear markets, a lot of altcoins, even most altcoins, disappeared. Why not now? I mean, if you check the ranking of altcoins in market capitalization, you're gonna see that you have pretty much the same altcoins as 1 year ago. Okay, yes, you've lost FTT, you've lost Luna, but to be honest, it hasn't changed that much, has it? That's also what I'm telling you guys. There could be more pain on the way for altcoins, okay? Not saying, I'm not even gonna talk about Bitcoin because we're gonna go level by level. So for now, I'm looking only for tomorrow's weekly candlestick to close. If we close below 25,860, then I can tell you that I'm gonna favor this liquidity pool to get retraced. That's 22k. And then if we continue going lower, then you have this week at 20k. Okay, if you go below the week, then you have this liquidity pool at 17k. So we're gonna go level by level because it's impossible to know now if we are gonna go all the way here or not. All right. All that I can tell you is that impossibles don't exist on Bitcoin. Okay, when you were at 31k, how many people said that it was impossible to see a drop to 25k? How many? There are no impossibles in Bitcoin. Anybody that tells you that it's impossible to get there, just don't follow them because that's not true. Everything is possible here, okay? So keep that in mind, guys. Now I want to go through some altcoins. Let's go, for example, to let's go to ADA. All right, ADA, because I'm gonna go first to the ones that I made some videos. I think this is your chart. No, what's your ADA chart? Let me try to find it first. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. Okay. So these are the liquidity pools and targets to the upside for the bull market. Okay. But what matters is here. Okay. We were below our resistance here. Okay. And we had this trend. And so it was a simple lose this trend and we're going to go a lot lower. Okay. This was our liquidity pool here. So this one here, it's a liquidity pool. A market like this, LP. Right. Hang on, you're not going to see it. If you guys are on your phones, you're not gonna see that LP there. Okay, that's your liquidity pool. You can see that it's made an attempt to go to the liquidity pool, but at the moment we're still above the liquidity pool. Now I think that ADA is probably sooner or later fall into this liquidity pool, and this level here is 18 cents. Okay, so we're talking about a drop of 25%. Okay. Again, I'm not telling you to wait and buy here. First, because it can even go lower, but also because, I might be wrong. It might not get here and it might bounce. So again, if you want to start DCA now is the moment, okay? It wasn't before when everybody was telling you maybe an out season, maybe this is the bottom, we're gonna go to 40k. No, now is the time because you can see the Bitcoin dominance breaking out, okay? So if you want to start DCAing, I mean, you can, it's a valid idea. I'm not going to buy ADA at this level, I can tell you that in advance. Because first, I'm not that interested in ADA, although in the previous bull market it did something amazing. But, I mean, if it goes to this liquidity pool here, then I'll think about it, and I'll also see how the market is doing, okay? But that's pretty much what I think about ADA. Now, if we go to DOT, let's go to Polkadot, okay? Okay, so if you go to Polkadot, you can see here that today we made new lows, okay? Because if you notice, that's the previous one. That's today's low. You can see that, we've gone lower than the previous one. So today made new lows, this altcoin. Now, I think DOT can go even lower, okay? I think I shared a chart of Polkadot some months ago in Twitter, if I'm not wrong. But what I find interesting about Polkadot is this zone over here. Okay, this one over here, and that is around $3.80 and $3.60. Okay, this is the zone that I find interesting about Polkadot. Okay, I think if we, or even a fake out, a deviation here, because if we deviate here at 340, 330, a lot of people are going to think that Polkadot is finished. All right, and that's when you can see a deviation and price can continue going higher. But you can see that, they're making new lows. And if you check the Polkadot and the Bitcoin pair, you can see that it's been bleeding for ages. Okay, and also we just broken below this potential support here. Okay, this previous low. So I mean, it's not looking great for altcoins. You can see MATIC. Let's go for MATIC. quite dramatic. You can see that they fill this liquidity pool that I marked in my chart. Perfect. And to be honest, we have here another liquidity pool. And I think that, I even said here, ideal bison. I think it's likely that MATIC goes to this zone sooner or later. And that's between 27p and 22p or cents. Sorry. I think p is British and cents is from the US. Well, okay, cents then. So that's also quite interesting. Of course, it has a lot more of room left to go down. If you mark from here down, I mean, MATIC can take another 60%. Why not? Go again to the total 3. Okay? The total 3 is very simple. If you lose this level here, you're going to fall into the liquidity pool, and that's a 30% drop. Also think that there are some stable coins here, so instead of 30% might be a 40-45% drop for some altcoins. Now let's go to Chainlink. I know some of you are probably looking at this chart because if we check here, what we said that was going to happen, it's happening. And I don't want to say that I was right because I don't care about that, but I'm just happy that I made the right decision and that I gave you the right info. Okay, that's what I'm happy about. But you can see that, we were inside this range. That's your high, that's your low. We were waiting for some kind of deviation below the range. Okay, that would be something like this to fill this liquidity pool over here. Also to test this support here. You can see it's doing now. So let's see. I mean, Chainlink is quite an interesting coin because it's a coin that is been ranging for 1 year. So you can see in the bear market, it's done pretty well, I think. Now the question is this deviation? Okay, because I'll tell you, this might be deviation or maybe waiting for a bigger deviation. Okay, and to be honest, if it deviates even more, which is possible, that's another, maybe another 10% drop from the low that we established today. All right, that's quite interesting. Again, if it's your first bison, feel free to buy. Link, I don't think it's a bad level to buy. I'll be honest with you, because you have here very strong support. It's been ranging for quite some time. You have this liquidity pool, it's been filled. If it drops lower, then you might have other levels here. For example, this level over here. Let me take it here. Okay, that's $3.34. Could drop that low. I mean, that would be quite a big deviation, wouldn't it? Not sure if it can go that low. How much drop is this? 30% drop on Chainlink is quite a lot. I mean, could do it, but again, the same. You can, if you want to start buying here and then have some bits here if you lose the support, or if you want to play it safe and you want to play the deviation in a safer way, you can wait to recover this range here, this level, which isn't that far away. You're not going to lose much appreciation in price. That is at 530. Okay, so if you want, what you can do is wait to see if this is a deviation, and once you are back inside the range and test it as support, then you can buy again here and, for example, target the middle of range, 740, and then the top of the range. All right, why not? That's what I think about the Chainlink at the moment. Pretty happy that I played out so far, as we said, and fill that liquidity pool and test that support. But of course, not saying that I can go lower. Now, let's think about more altcoins. Solana. Let's go to Solana. Let's check Solana. Solana USDT. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm doing here. That's better. Okay. I think I have a chart already for. Oh, there it is. That one there. Okay. Okay. Let me check what's happening here. Okay. You can see that we lost this support. Then we were targeting the wick. This wick has been filled. And the problem now is that you still have this liquidity pool all the way here. Okay. And that would take you to around $10. I would probably say that the levels that I would mark in my chart are, this liquidity pool here, $10. I think again this would be I assume that it would be fine to buy here, okay? Because that would be how much of a drop? 30% drop. why not, okay? Again, this is not for traders. This is a video mainly for holders and investors, because if you go into the 1 hour time frame, of course you're gonna see that the chart is looking quite overextended, although you have this wick here, okay? So why not? You might even come again to this level and then have a bounce, all right, and then continue going lower. But again, this video is more for holders. So this, if you want to do a buy, you can try to buy again in this zone, but I think eventually maybe in some months it can go right below $10. So that's what I think about Solana, guys. I think I pretty much covered the main altcoins in this video, at least the ones that I've been talking about for quite some time. Let's go back to the total 3. So let me wrap this up, guys. I think that, altcoins are making new lows. Remember that the total 3 chart is altcoins and stablecoins. So, the stablecoins are stable, they're flat. So they are, keeping this chart a bit higher than it is for altcoins. If we had a chart only for altcoins, I don't know if that exists, then I can tell you that this red candle would be below these lows, okay? It will already be in this zone here, all right? Because if you check all the altcoins, they are pretty much, most of them making new lows, okay? So that's what I think. I think also that this just might be one leg down. We might see a bounce, but I think eventually the market looks like it might want to fill this liquidity pool here, and that would tell you that the damage is not finished, okay? There will be a lot more blood. And if we have a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, in my opinion, is the most important chart at the moment, and the one that helps us to predict this move, all right? So if you check, we are breaking above this resistance, and the idea now is that if we can hold this previous resistance as support, okay, if we can do something like this now and hold in this zone, then altcoins are going to continue getting lower. But now imagine if then after this we can see a bounce, go towards 52%. In my opinion, you might think it's a big target, but if you zoom out, what are the lows? Look how high it can go, all right? But yeah, I think even if it goes to 52%, altcoins could get destroyed, okay? And they might drop another 20% from here. That's what I think, guys. So please be very careful. I would recommend you to, this weekend, relax, go through the charts. This video shouldn't determine what you are going to do next. It's just my personal opinion. So this weekend, go through the charts, try to find the buy zones of your favorite altcoins that you like, and then just set some orders at those levels, okay? So, take the weekend for that. Don't try to go now and trade, because now it might go sideways until tomorrow. I recommend you to go through some altcoins and draw your buy zones, okay? So that's pretty much everything, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Today I was going to take the day off, if I'm honest with you, but I saw what happened today in the altcoin market, and I asked you on Twitter, should I make a video or not? And geez, I don't know how many of you have notifications on, but that was crazy. I've got so many notifications. You explode my phone. So thank you, guys, and I'll see you soon.